Welcome to today's video, and today I want to talk about Dymension because we have been waiting on some airdrop announcements and we didn't get any yet. Okay, one of the speculations is that Rivals is going to be the next one to airdrop Dymension stakers, or maybe even those who vote in governance perhaps, maybe even those who perform some kind of swap or use their portal. Okay, if you use their portal for swaps or for DeFi activities, perhaps you can qualify for some of these airdrops, not only for staking. It could be that if you're only staking, you're not going to get anything. Okay, we don't know yet. We still have yet to see how they're going to do any kind of airdrop when it comes to Dymension. We don't know if they're going to follow the same pattern as Tia, Celestia, right, or Atom. So we can only assume that using the app, perhaps, as well as staking, may qualify you for that airdrop. So Rivals Network, this was announced on the 14th of March, and they're saying that they're going to be building a rollup on Dymension, and they're an AI-driven personal data provenance DPIN rollup, which is powered by Dymension with Celestia underneath. Okay, so as you can see, Dymension have posted on X with the eyes. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can expect some kind of airdrop here. However, when it comes to the price of Dymension, it's doing terrible, right? Given that Bitcoin is at the price it's at now, even with this recent dump that we've seen to 63K, it's only 543. So yeah, we had this nice pop to $8.01. I think it was a bit higher here. What was it? 8 something? It was $8.05 on this one, almost $8.06. And then it was just a continuous dump, right? And given that the price was quite high right before that, right? If we look at February's data here, we can see that in February we had this nice pop to like 854 here. Okay, so it was definitely higher in February than it was now, although it was a nice attempt to make a comeback here. But yeah, it was just unfortunate, like with Bitcoin going up so fast, it was only about time that it was going to pull back. So yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, we are at that support zone once again. It doesn't mean we might not go lower. It all depends on Bitcoin, as you know by now. You know, if Bitcoin decides to dump on us, the whole market's going to take another plunge. And then looking at DOT here, we're in the same situation with Polkadot. Like the dead airdrop snapshot was announced, okay, which is weird because they did tell us that they're going to give us a 30-day notice, or a little bit more than 30 days, especially for those of us that are staking on centralized exchanges like Kraken, you know, to be able to withdraw and to send to our wallets. And surprisingly, they didn't do that. You know, they just said the snapshot has been taken. And yeah, that's that. You know, we're going to get more details in the coming days, I guess, with regards to the airdrop, when it's going to be distributed and so on, you know. And yeah, I mean, given that the price went to like, what, 1180 here, so it did very well, 1188. That was the peak we've had here for DOT, and then it just started dumping. Now, I wish I would have had some DOT unlocked from staking to be able to sell on this nice pop here. I probably wouldn't have gotten out exactly around 1180, but even like around 11 would have been nice, you know, after seeing this kind of pop here. You know, I would have targeted some selling here just to be able to buy back on the pullback. And we did get the pullback, but unfortunately, because of that staking, you know, because of the 28 days, you know, it does stop you from doing that unless you're keeping some DOT on the side for situations like these, just to be able to sell and stack up more DOT. I don't believe this run up is over yet. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, we're touching the 100-day smoothed moving average here. We've touched it and we just went back higher, but we are going back down again, unfortunately, on the 4-hour chart here on this latest candle. It is red. I think it is going to drop back down again. I don't know if it's going to bounce off this, or perhaps it's going to end like this and then it's just going to pop back up higher. But I'm not liking this smoothed moving average here, the white one, which is the 25-day one, going below the 50-day. It's not great here seeing this, because when this happens, it's usually a bearish sign. However, looking at the actual shape of this chart here, right, we had this pop here to 936, then we dumped all the way down to $6, as you remember, right, in January. And then it took us a while before we had this nice pop. So I do think the way this chart is, we're still in that uptrend here, because this is a higher low. Okay, this is a higher low than this previous one that we've seen here. When we had this nice pop here to 588 and then we dumped to 496, we then had a higher high here at 770 and then a higher low. Then we had a higher high and then we had a lower low than this previous one, but we were still, you know, doing quite okay. We weren't down a lot because we immediately recovered. But then we had this lower low here compared to this one. So that was quite bearish, to be fair. I did think we're going to be going down again, and then the surprise came and Bitcoin just, you know, made things happen. So, I mean, it could be the same case here. Like, we have put in this low here. It is lower than the previous low that we had here when we had this huge wick, but we're still above this low that we've had here at the end of February. Okay, and we're still higher than the low that we had at the end of January. So for now, we're still in the uptrend. For now, we're still okay on the larger time frame, even if it doesn't look great here, because as you can see, the dump was quite big because of Bitcoin. Once again, it's not specifically with DOT because everything is tied to Bitcoin. But I do think that we're holding quite well at this area of support. Now, $9 has formed quite a good area of support now. So, I mean, once we break this 950 area, now we do have resistance around 950, unfortunately, because we broke below it. So we're probably going to struggle a bit here between $9 and 950. We might even dip below $9 a couple of times. But I'm thinking like this could probably last another week or so before we'll see DOT break above $10 again. However, it all depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin decides to pump all of a sudden, it's going to drive DOT back up. And then this range here is going to be broken out of, and then we're just going to see a big pop, which is unexpected. But if we are to consolidate around this area, I think we could be seeing this kind of movement around here. Although, you know, this could be a head and shoulder formation as well. This could have been the left shoulder. This could be the head. And perhaps now with this dump, we might go a bit lower, and then we might make another high here to maybe around 950, given that we do have resistance around this area. So, you know, if we do see that kind of move, you know, that could be a sell signal for a trade, and to just wait and see what happens then around the 950 area. No, exit with some position around 950, wait and see if it's going to go down. Like, this is something that I'm thinking to do personally, right? Not fully exit at 950. Like, I would have liked to exit with a larger position around the $11, but like I said, it is stuck in staking, so I couldn't, you know, just to be able to get back in lower. So yeah, with the Varch airdrop coming up now, they've also announced that if you're staking your DOT on Nova Wallet, which is the mobile version of the wallet, then you will get extra Varch tokens. And so more people are going to be staking DOT now because of that. And we'll see how things go. That's it from today's short video. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, drop me a comment below telling me what do you think. Are you staking your DOT in anticipation for the DED airdrop and for the Varch airdrop? See you in the next one. Bye-bye.